Men, do you feel stuck in a given area of life, or maybe you are unsure how to get started doing something new? My name is Aaron Stites, and I've been working for a company called Covenantize for about 15 years, and for the last 10 years as a UX researcher. And in that time, I've observed some things that tend to be true, particularly of men who have either found themselves in a bad place in some area of life due to current or past behaviors, or are just trying to figure out how to get started in a certain area of life or pursue something new. My goal is to share what I've learned, especially over those last 15 years, to see if it might help other men get started with something new or get back on track. Now, I'm not really an expert in all things, so I may bring in some guests who have been successful in a specific area of life, or maybe have helped other men have success in some way as well. So today, what I'd like to do though is introduce a framework to get started or get back on the path to success in any given area of life. I will also share an example of how I'm implementing that framework for a goal I have in my life today. So now that that is all out of the way, let's go ahead and get after it. For now, I'm calling this framework personal growth plan, largely because I view the pursuit of goals or success in any area of life as personal growth. So for this plan, I'm going to describe 7 steps, but the middle 3 are really the driving force. The first 2 are kind of helping identify areas of your life that you want to improve in, and the last 2 are really things that are intended to help you stay on track once you get started in the pursuit of a particular goal or just achieving success in some area of your life. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to identify an area in your life that you want to improve in. Like that seems fairly obvious, but sometimes we just need to state the obvious there. So just identify, like if you kind of look around, what's an area that you'd like to do better in your life? Could be something related to a role you have in your life, whether it's at work or in your family. Could be finances, could be relationships, could be just about anything. But just take time and identify an area of your life that you want to improve in. Maybe try to focus on one area. It's hard to do too many things at once, so just try to stay focused here if we can. But then you want to describe why is it important that you improve in that area? Why is that important to you? So once you've done that, you want to start by assessing where you're at right now. Now keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things. But if you look at an area of your life, or maybe something new that you want to pursue, so maybe you look at it and be like, oh well, I have no experience, so there's nothing there. But if you have an area of your life that you want to improve in, like where are you at right now? Are you happy with where you're at? You just want to try something new? Are you unhappy? Are you thrilled? Are you disappointed? Are you frustrated? It can just be one word, but just kind of assess where you're at. And then how did you get there? Just kind of try to think about like, man, how did I get here? How did I get to this place where I'm at right now in this area of my life? It helps. I usually take a blank piece of paper and I just kind of start writing stuff down. Um, Once you get going, things really do start flowing most of the time. I look at a blank sheet of paper and sometimes man, how do I even get started here? Trust me, if you try it, I think you might find you have some success there. Um, but it is worth kind of learning how you got to where you're at right now. So what behaviors, events, circumstances, whatever they might be, led you to where you're at? Were you intentional or unintentional on the path that got you to where you're at right now? So if you find yourself, maybe in a bad financial spot or a bad place with your health or whatever it is, like so for one of my goals right now, you'll see in a minute. Here's related to my weight, my physical fitness. Um, some lack of intentionality is kind of what caused me to get there. Um, so just kind of think about those things because that will help you in the next step, which is aim. Aim for where you want to go. You need to clearly define your targets. So lose 20 pounds by May 1st is better than I want to lose weight this year because you have a clearly defined target. So once you've clearly defined your targets, though, you need to clearly define the systems that will help you achieve your goals. James Clear, and this is probably a paraphrase here, but he says that the goal is a desired outcome. The system is how you'll get there. So If you don't have a system to back up your goals, chances of achieving them are much lower. I will say though, it is important as you aim at your goals and you think about what you're going to do. Only include things that you can control. Some things are outside of your control, um, but your actions, your attitude, your behaviors, things like that, those are things you can control. So those are the things that you want to consider when you think about the system that you're going to create. Don't try to bring in anything that's outside of your control as a part of your system. So once you've assessed where you're at and you've aimed for where you want to go, now you start advancing. You advance toward your targets. And really, this is I don't have much to say to this one. It's just start right now. Just start working towards your goals. One of my goals right now is to provide content that helps men in some area of their life. Like if I can help somebody grow or bring somebody on and talk to them and help people grow and really just have success in their life, that's something I want to do. I'm starting now. I don't feel incredibly ready, but I know I need to start. So I'm not waiting for the stars to align. I'm not waiting for everything to be perfect. I'm starting now, and that's what I'd encourage you to do as well. Um, it's been said probably by many people in maybe many ways. The best time to start is now. So now we've assessed where we're at. We've aimed for where we want to go. We've clearly defined our targets, and we're advancing toward our goals. So you're advancing toward your goals, and inevitably something might go wrong. So you need to adjust your trajectory. Um, I'm not saying like aim lower. I'm not even saying aim left or right or up or down or whatever. But you might need to adjust where you're going based on circumstances, things that come up that are out of your control. You might just have to adjust. Maybe you learn that your approach isn't good and you need to adapt. Go ahead and adapt. It's okay. But do not slow down any more than necessary. Momentum keeps you in the game, and the lack of momentum takes you out of the game. So keep moving. And then last piece here is accountability. In my experience, isolation or loneliness, just trying to do it on your own, however you want to view that space, that world, has taken down a lot of men. I've just seen it a lot of ways. I mean, I'm dealing in a specific area where a lot of times there's failure on a guy's part. But I'm telling you, like the whole isolating yourself and just the loneliness that tends to come with that most of the time, it's not helpful. What is almost always helpful is enlisting trusted guys to walk with you. Find somebody who you know, somebody you trust. Maybe you meet somebody that you can trust to help you in this area, but certainly don't go at it alone. Now, when you invite somebody into this, they can't do the work for you, but they can help you keep going. You got to do the work, but they can keep you going. A good accountability partner, whatever you want to call that, can absolutely keep you on track. So now I'd just like to kind of talk about how I'm implementing these things today. Um, and this is a bit of a lighthearted goal, I guess, if you will. But I thought it'd be easy enough to share, and hopefully it will demonstrate the ideas that I've just laid out. And this is a goal. This is a real goal that I have in mind that I want to do. And hopefully maybe you can join me on the journey for this as well. But the area of my life that I want to improve in right now is really primarily related to my physical health. But as a story will likely unfold, hopefully as I go along and keep this journey going here, if you will, in the YouTube space and wherever else this might go, I expect to experience some wins in several areas of my life related to these goals. Now, my goals right now are related to my weight and my overall fitness, um, but it really ends up being directed pretty strongly at golf right now. I picked up golf a little bit more last year than I had historically. I enjoyed it. I started a golf league with some guys at my church. We had a great time, and I mean, I just kind of went all in on it. And I'm building I'm calling my garage right now my golf garage. You'll see as a part of my journey coming up here. Um, it's not a perfect system, but it's another thing where I'm working on. I'm doing what I can with what I have right now, and I'm not waiting for the stars to align. I'm just doing it. Um, I want to improve my physical health though because it's currently causing me some blood pressure problems. So I'm on a couple medications. It's nothing like super serious right now, but I'd prefer it not to be super serious, and I'd honestly prefer not to be on the medication any longer than I have to be. But I also have less energy to offer my family, to offer my friends, and to offer at work with my employer. So I want to improve my physical health. Um, and right now, I'm not happy with my physical fitness. I'm not happy with my strength, my mobility, or my distance off the tee in golf. Um, I've been in good physical shape. I've been pretty happy with my strength and all those things. I played hockey quite a bit when I was younger and was pretty. I wouldn't say pretty athletic. I was a defenseman and I played some goalie, so we're usually not the most athletic guys out there, but usually we're at least motivated, I guess if you will. So how did I get here though? I got here really by overeating. I have a dust job. I have a lack of physical activity, just not intentional physical things at all. Um, and I've had some goals and I've pursued them to some extent, but I just never really put a good system in place to keep me on track. I'm hoping to fix that this year and not stop. You'll see I have a date in here of May 1st that I have targets for right now, but that's the start. That's not the end. It's just that's just the beginning. So my current goals: I want to lose 25 pounds. I want to gain 10 mile an hour on my swing speed. And I want to add 30 yards to my driver distance, all by May 1st. May 1st, primarily because that is roughly when golf season begins here in the great state of Michigan. So a little bit before then, but by May 1st, the weather and things like that are cooperating enough to where you can be out golfing. And I'd like to bring my best game out there by that time. So that's just kind of the way that is. So to accomplish those goals, though, I do have a system in place. I have some methods. I've put the following systems here, if you will, in place. So for food, for like my diet, I don't have anything very specific here, but there's some foods that'll naturally kind of get weeded out because of my goals. So for food, I'm trying to eat 1,800 to 2,100 calories per day. I'm trying to consume that many calories. And then roughly 125 to 150 grams of protein per day. I use ranges because, in my experience, ranges help. You can usually get in ranges. Specific targets are not always as easy to hit. So, maybe along the way I'll learn I need to get more specific on that as well. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Exercise. So for roughly 10 minutes per day, I do some mobility training. I found some reels on Instagram and some other places with some TPI certified people who put stuff out there related to golf specifically. So I'm doing that mobility training every day, 7 days a week. I think I've missed one day in the last 3 weeks, but I've been doing it pretty consistently. And I can tell you in some areas I can feel it. There's less tightness, especially kind of in my upper back right now than I've had in a while, which is nice. And then I'm doing some. It's primarily strength training. I'm labeling it as strength training right now, 3 days a week, so Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Then related to golf, for my swing speed, I'm doing speed training and really some ball striking, like some impact locations and stuff like that, 5 days a week. I initially was thinking I'd try to get out in the morning and do some, and then in the afternoon, but uh, I bet you there's going to be a lot of days where I just have to do it all at one time, which is okay. That's still probably only 30 minutes, and I'm just going out to my garage and doing it. So I'm tracking my exercise, food, and weight in the Garmin Connect app and MyFitnessPal, and I'm tracking my swing speed and driver distance using Garmin Approach R10 launch monitor and the Garmin Golf app. And I also have a Google Sheet for recording my weekly stats. So as far as the distance goes, just so you know, if you follow on this journey with me, I don't fully trust the distance yet with my current setup. The R10 it needs some things specific, and I'm pretty tight in my space as far as the distance they want from the net to the ball and from the ball to the launch monitor. So if you're into golf, you might understand that. But so I'm working on that, and I want to make sure that that's accurate. But if I can see my swing speed going up, I'm going to trust that the distance will come with it, so I'm not sweating it too much. So I'm recording this on January 3rd, which I'm calling day 0. And my average weight over the last 7 days on my Garmin Connect app was 222.5 pounds. So my goal for January 10th is for that average to be 221 pounds. Um, and then my swing speed. Um, Today is the first time I used that Garmin R10. I got it for Christmas. And that swing speed maxed out at 86 miles per hour, which is about what I expected based on the little bit of time I had with launch monitors and that sort of thing last year. So my goal for January 10th will be 86.5 miles per hour. Like I said, I don't have a ton of confidence in the distance measurements yet, so I'm not sweating that a whole lot. My goal, my hope is by the time May 1st gets here is to be able to drive the ball and have a carry distance of about 230 yards. That will be about 30 yards more than what I was getting on average last golf season. So depending on the results for my goals next week, um, well, I don't know if I'll really make major adjustments, next week. But over the next couple of weeks, if I don't see much going on, I'll try to have to make some adjustments. I might have to phone a friend, if you will. Might have to call in somebody who can help me with, probably specifically with the golf stuff. I think I know enough with uh, the fitness sort of things, and not a ton with the diet. That's always been a weak spot for me. But in that area, I think I know what adjustments I can make. But with the golf swing, there's probably some things, some blind spots that I'll have that I might need some help with. So we'll see how that goes. For accountability, I have a couple of golf buddies from church that I will be sharing my progress with weekly, and hopefully you. Should you choose to follow along with my journey, I will be recording a video every week, sharing where I was at in relation to my goals. So I'll share like where I was at last week, where I'm at now, what I'm doing, whatever that looks like. I'm just gonna kind of try to keep those fairly short and simple kind of videos, but share a little bit of an update. So I'll try to keep you posted on that. I'll try to be consistent with those as well. So that way you can kind of know when those are coming out if you do want to follow along. Um, so I think that's kind of it for today. There's some other things I could bring up. There's a lot that I've tried to wrestle with to try to figure out like how do I present this? How do I share some things? I mean, really over the last few years, especially, I've done a lot of research with trying to figure out what causes people to go off track, how do they get back on track, and I've done a lot of studies in that area, in a specific area of life for people. Um, but I'm hoping that this is a good start, and I really like your feedback. If you have thoughts on what I presented well or what I didn't present well, or what you would potentially find value in, what you're looking for, let me know. If I can incorporate it somehow in future videos, I will. I expect to. This is my first video, my first time doing this, so I expect this to be my worst. I hope it's my worst. I hope it's not that bad, but I also hope it's my worst one. I hope I get better from here. Um, so just a couple of things though before I do wrap up. Um, like this video if you enjoyed it. I know that's just something that everyone says on YouTube, but if you did like this video, if you enjoyed it, would you just hit the like button so it kind of gets a little bit of attention in the algorithm there. And if you know somebody who you think might enjoy the framework, whether they enjoy the golf, the fitness, that sort of thing, and they just kind of enjoy that, I call it nerding out. I think everyone nerds out on things. I'm nerding out right now on golf. But I also am nerding out on this framework and trying to share things that I think will be helpful to other guys out there. Also, go ahead and leave a comment regarding maybe the framework that I shared, maybe my goals, maybe some areas of life that you're interested in setting some goals in. I'd love to hear what other people are doing and what other people want to learn. If I don't have the experience or expertise myself, because I'm not an expert in all things, I'm happy to go find people who might be able to speak to that with some credibility. So I'm happy to do that. And then, if you're interested, if you want to follow this journey, if you want to follow kind of how this all unfolds as far as my intent to really, it's really to add value to other men. I think other people can add value to me, but I have a real passion for trying to help others pursue success in any area of life, and whatever that might look like for you. So subscribe to the channel if you want to be a part of that and be notified when the next video drops here. Let's see. So yeah, this is all new to me. I'm reading this in my notes, so this is all new to me, but I hope to be consistent so you can know what to expect as far as updates on this journey. I really am hoping to get some momentum and bring in some people who I know have some some stories that they can share, some of their journey and some expertise that they have. So stick around for that as well. But really, I just want to say thank you for watching this video, especially if you stuck around all the way to the end here. I really do appreciate it, and I really hope that we can go on this journey together. I hope to improve in golf. I hope to lose some weight, and I hope to have more energy for my family as I pursue my current goals. And I hope to learn what other people are doing as well. So once again, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.